Okay. What is the process of fertilization and where does it occur?
And where does it occur? How much you want me to go into detail? Like, you already know. I mean, when you ovulate, I'll give you an interesting fact. When you're born, you have all of your all of your eggs that you're ever going to have. I don't know if you know that. All the females, they never. That's why they say your time is what do they say? Your time is clicking or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that's because your eggs are actually aging as you do. So when every month your ovaries release the egg and it goes down through the fallopian tube, and if it is fertilized, it actually happens in the fallopian tubes, not in the uterus or anything like that. So the proximal end, I believe that's the correct answer.
A female releases an egg during ovulation. The sperm then travels down the uterine tube and implants into the egg during fertilization. Here. After that is finished, the zygote is formed.
Just say it. It's a musical note. Yeah.
What is a morula?
Can you spell that for me?
M-O-R-U-L-A.
Wow, that's a term I have never heard before. Can you give me some context?
It has to do with like production of like humans and stuff. Like in that general sense.
Wow, I'm stumped. Which is, if you could give me something to dealing with pop culture or song lyrics, I'd be able to answer it. But that one, not quite sure. But you know what? I have the handy dandy laptop right here. Is an embryo at the early stage of embryonic development?
Yes, it is.
A morula is a solid ball of cells that divided from the fertilized egg,
Or is letter C in the picture, which is this stage of development. Compare and contrast the early and late blastocyst.
What?
The early and late blastocyst.
Blastocyst? I couldn't tell ya. I don't know what a blastocyst is, so sorry.
Compare and contrast the early and late blastocyst.
The blastocyst is a round sphere of cells that forms at the beginning of human biology as the human being is forming, and the first one is a single layer. Then it will divide inward and divide outward, forming 3 distinct germ layers. Each of these germ layers has a specific function. One will form organs. One, for example, will form the skin or the integument of the body. One will form the nervous system. But at the beginning, it's just identical cells in a hollow sphere-like ball, and then the 3 germ layers will form, making each individual components. And we can actually trace the organ systems and everything of the human body back to their germ layers.
This cavity is common between the late blastocyst and the early blastocyst. However, only on the late blastocyst is there an inner cell mass and trophoblast that the early blastocyst doesn't have. Okay, ready? What stage does early cleavage occur?
Early cleavage? I don't know.
What stage does early cleavage occur?
I think, I don't know, 12.
Early cleavage begins during stage B of the uterus.
Define endometrium.
Endometrium? Can I phone a friend? No?
Just give your best guess.
Endometrium. Endometrium, I know what that is. I would say it's probably fallopian tubes. Is that right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Define endometrium.
It's the lining of the uterus.
The endometrium is the thickening of the mucous membrane of the uterus in preparation for an embryo.
What occurs after ovulation?
Okay, since I'm a female, I should know this. What occurs after ovulation, the egg goes into the fallopian tubes and awaits to be greeted with the sperm if that happens. If that does not happen, then you have your monthly period. You know, your Aunt Mary comes to visit you. And after a while, those eggs just stop coming. So I'm trying to think. That's what happens after ovulation. You have some hormonal changes too, but I can't remember all those letters. LFH, HFH, all the, that stuff. It increases. Progesterone increases, estrogen increases, but all that changes about after age 40. So that's all I know.
Real quick.
What occurs after ovulation?
After, the egg drops out.
Okay. The secondary oocyte occurs after ovulation, which is responsible for the cell division before fertilization.
We collaborate on the answer.
Yeah.
What does the umbilical cord do between mother and child?
Feeds the child. Now it does the umbilical cord.
The
Umbilical cord feeds the child. And now it does.
Of course, the whole life system for the baby.
All that.
All right.
The umbilical cord carries oxygen and nutrients to the placenta. The fetus is a developing child that is attached by the cord and is enclosed in the amnion, a membrane. The conic villi also helps pass along nutrients and oxygen to the fetus.
Find the ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm.
Can I ask Siri? Look at my new iPhone. It's so big. Beautiful. Okay, hold on. Siri, what is the ectotherm, derm, and the mesotherm, and the eutotherm?
Okay, I found this on the web for the ectotherm, derm, and the mesothermal and the endotherm.
There you go. I got it.
Define the ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm.
Oh, that's skin parts.
Bingo.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The endoderm is the inner germ cell layer and forms the epithelial lining. The mesoderm is the middle layer that can form tissue. The ectoderm is the outer layer that generally builds up the nervous system.